What is up, New Beginnings Church? Happy Wednesday morning to you. Happy hump day. We're going to get you over the hump, though, with some good devotion time. We are in a little series called God is Awesome. And so on Monday, we talked about his unchanging immutability. Yesterday, we talked about his omnipresence. Today, I want to talk about how he is omniscient, or meaning he is all-knowing. As a matter of fact, I would like you to really think of it like this. Sometimes we think, oh, God is smart. No, God's not smart. God knows all things. There's a difference between somebody being really smart, meaning they're able to think about things and figure things out or know things or learn things. God's never learned anything. I want you to consider that. God's never learned anything in his life. All knowledge comes from him. Therefore, he possesses all knowledge because all knowledge originated with him. And so because of that, God's not smart. God knows all things. God has never had a thought. You ever had a moment you're like, it occurred to me the other day. It's never occurred to God. Every once in a while, you know what? I had this great idea. God has never had a great idea. God knows all things. Watch this. Really cool scriptures. Psalms 147 verse 5 says, "Great is our Lord and mighty in power. His understanding has no limit." He is limitless in his knowledge and understanding. Watch this. 1 John 3:20 basically just says, he knows everything. And so anyway, just fun stuff. And so in light of that, let's apply what that means. God is all-knowing. And actually all knowledge flows from him. And so what does that mean? Well, I can trust God's wisdom. That's the biggest thing that I can help you kind of get your head wrapped around today. You can trust God's wisdom. Let's be honest. If you had somebody that possessed all knowledge, that's who you want to be your life coach. That's who you want to be your financial advisor. That's who you want to be your parenting mentor. That's who you want to be your marriage counselor. That's who I need in my life. And so this is why it's so important that we submit and surrender to the wisdom of God, because God knows all things. A couple other thoughts, though. For you to really access that, it requires unbelievable humility, because we have a tendency, our ego seems to get in the way, and we have a tendency to say stuff like, well, I know better. Well, I know what to do. Well, nobody can tell me. And you know what mama said. And it's like we end up surrendering ourselves to, maybe other people's wisdom or even our own arrogance, and we end up making some really poor decisions. Again, God is all-knowing. You can trust his knowledge and wisdom. Next thing is this, that just should hopefully give you the desire and the hunger to keep learning, to keep leaning in to learn more and more and more, and to pursue God's knowledge. And so I want to encourage you to be on that track where you recognize God knows all things. There is one trap I want us to think about and be aware of, though, is that we live in an information age. The technology age has given us information. As a matter of fact, this is my phone, and right here, right now, I have access to more information than what previous generations had if they were to go and have an entire library and live there. I've got access to more information than them. I've got access to people through social media platforms. And the funny thing is that even though God is all-knowing, you are not. But we have a temptation to get into what we would call information overload. This is what creates paralysis of analysis. We can actually try to shove too much information into our minds, too many images, too many TikTok videos, too many likes, too many things. And so again, this goes back to the idea of I want to trust in the wisdom of God and be at peace with that. And I want to actually be careful of not shoving so much stuff into my eyeballs and into my brain that it creates information overload. Can I find that sweet spot where I'm at peace, trusting in the knowledge and wisdom of God because he is all-knowing? Can I get an amen to that? Church, I love you guys. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.